Hi, it's Mark, and today we're going to talk about, if I had a nickel for every time I saw a new AI application promise something like this, where it says you will never work the same way again, I'd be rich by now, and I am not rich right now. So obviously, there is a lot of talk out there about like great applications, but until today, because now I've come across an application called Augment that totally changes things. Now, just to set a little context, most of my followers are, accountants, bookkeepers, tax pros, and every day in our practice, we spend, many hours trying to do productivity things like replying to the right emails, finding the correct source documents, reminding clients of this, making sure that things are on file, making sure that you're communicating well with your clients, with your staff. There's so many things that you do during the day. So what I'm going to show you today, and we're going to go through the next few minutes in depth, is how to use a tool like this to totally transform your practice. And I've been using this recently, and I can honestly say it is actually pretty shocking on the capabilities that you're going to see here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this is the web page. You can kind of go and get a bit more information. Right now it's invite only. So I'm going to actually leave a special link that can actually get you on the top of the list if you decide to check it out. So one thing before we go into this, it does a lot of things. One thing I saw in particular is where it says, in any context, you can ask Augment to retrieve anything you've seen, said, or heard. Now that's pretty powerful, right? Imagine all the YouTube videos you went to, all the Zoom meetings you had, all the calendar appointments that you set up, all the interviews. Like imagine basically if you had a second brain. So ultimately what this is basically like a second brain for you as a professional. So let's kind of dive in right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first pull up the application here, and it is a simple desktop app. I happen to be using it on a Mac, and it's kind of like a chat interface, right? So if you use something like any kind of chat or ChatGPT, it's a very similar interface here. So you're gonna be able to ask your own question. I'm not going to go into all the particular features, but I'm going to actually go into particular use cases that we are probably using on a daily basis. So let's start with. Let's say, for example, I saw a recent article on bonus depreciation. It was a great article. I don't remember exactly where I saw it. I didn't bookmark it. So let's just kind of ask Augment. Let's just say a recent article on bonus depreciation. So what happens here, I'm literally searching in the search box here, and it instantly pulls it up. Now it does two things. First, it gives me a summary of the information that I was referencing right here. So for example, it goes into detail on bonus depreciation, what it is. So if I want to have a really quick reference, I can see that. But in my case, I'm actually looking for a particular document. I'm actually looking for, that actual link that I was searching for previously. So I can see here in the source, it found the document, it found the website. So if I click on this here, it brings up the actual website. And this is it. This is actually the article that I was looking at on Accounting Today recently. With bonus depreciation dropping, is cost segregation worth it? Okay, great. So that finds that. That's exactly what I was looking for. Let's look at another example here, and I'm going to go back to the main interface. Let's just try another one. Let's just say, now I was also looking at something you guys probably heard of. There's a lot of fraud going on with the employee retention credit out there. I hope you're not a subject or a victim of that. However, let's just kind of go through and see if I can find the other article I was looking for. So recent ERC fraud article. Let's just see if you can pull that up for me. And number one, like I said, it goes ahead and kind of gives a summary of the ERC, and then it actually shows a link to the actual document. So if I click on this link here, and I can see, okay, so this time it was actually in the CPA journal, what CPAs need to know about employee retention credit fraud, and it's a very, very long article that I can reference. So if I go back here, I can say, well, maybe I don't want to read that whole article. I just want to kind of get like some quick information on it. So I can literally ask Augment, like, hey, let's just say, who is eligible eligible for the ERC, right? So just a quick little question there, and then it gives me a answer. To be eligible for the employee retention credit, businesses must meet meet these requirements. So it goes into detail on exactly what I was looking for. So from a workflow perspective, I'm not bouncing back between different browsers. I'm not bouncing to ChatGPT to research particular things. I'm actually using this one interface to basically get all the information that I'm looking for. Okay. Now let's use another example. So I recently made a video on how to create a course in seconds using just AI. So let's just see, I'm trying to remember where that stuff was. So let's just say recent video on creating a course using AI. Okay. So if I enter that in there, okay, so what it does is, wow. So number one, it gives me a full summary of the video that I made. It says there are a few recent videos on creating courses using AI, but the most recent, most relevant is from Mark Howard, posted on June 15th, 2023, titled How to Create an Online Course in Seconds Using AI. In the video, Mark demonstrates how to use an AI tool called Leap AI to create an entire online course for your accounting or tax practice in just seconds. Here are the key steps he outlines in the video. So it actually goes into detail, step by step, on what I actually did in the video, because it understood the video, it understood the transcript, and it was able to dig into that. Okay, and then it gives a neat little summary. Now, on the right-hand side, if I wanted to see more information on it, I can actually click on it. So I can see that top link here is the actual YouTube video. So I'm going to click on it, and let's see what comes up here. Hi, it's Mark, and today I'm going to share with you a tool that I think you're going to absolutely love. Okay, so in this case, this is the actual video that I made on YouTube on how to create an online course in seconds using AI. So this is exactly what I was looking for, and it was able to pull it up pretty swiftly. Now, I know there's some other places that I put that out there, right? Let's just kind of check out what Augment is telling me as well. So it looks like there was something else here, this article. So if I click on this, okay, so this was my recent newsletter where I discussed it. So if I go down here, I can see in my newsletter, it says AI tutorial of the day, create a course in seconds with AI and then sell it. Okay, that's awesome. And I can see that there's also a link to the video in that as well. So this is pretty much exactly what I was looking for. And you can see here that it automatically indexes all of this stuff across your computer. It knows your browser history. And the elephant in the room is obviously security. I'm going to talk about that in a moment, but it knows your browser history. It knows your local files. It knows your Zoom meetings. We're going to go deeper in here. It gets pretty interesting. So let's just kind of take another example here. How about, let's just use an example of something that I didn't do, just to kind of test it here. Let's just say maybe hiring an intern. I haven't hired any interns recently. Let's just say hiring an intern. So if I type that in there, you can see there's nothing on the right. So there's no index documents or any places that I went to about hiring an intern. However, what it does is it uses AI to actually articulate some tips on hiring an intern, right? So I can see here that, clearly define an internship role and responsibilities, create a detailed job description, outlining the tasks and skills required. So this is actually great. So from a research perspective, if I don't have reference to something that I looked at in the past, it actually gives me information on how to do this particular thing here. So, which is pretty great. Okay, so let's just take this to another level. As I mentioned, it can also look through a lot of other details, for example, your calendar history, right? So imagine, all the meetings that you have, whether it's with clients, with partners, with vendors, and you want to find out information. You don't want to have to sort through all your calendar stuff. Let's actually look at something here. So I actually connected it with my calendar, and what I can do is it can not only look at my calendar, but it can look at any Zoom meetings I had. It can look at any Google Meet meetings that I had and understand the full transcript because it actually integrates with them as well. So this is pretty powerful. So let's just say in this example, let's just say a meeting I had with Jaquel, right? So I can type and summarize my last meeting with Jaquel, and what happens is it instantly says you had a meeting with Jaquel where he introduced Augment AI and its key features, and then it goes on with all the meeting notes, and it gives me all the information about it, and it gives me a reference to the source. So if I click on this actual source, I can see here it goes into the full transcript, right? So it starts, basically it goes through the Zoom meeting transcript. It says, Jaquel introduces himself to us, to Augment and its overall functionality. It goes through a lot of the detail, basically minute by minute on the conversation that was had. So this is pretty powerful if I want to dive into my calendars. And as you can see here on the left, I can connect this with my calendar. I can connect it with Google Meetings. I can connect it with Zoom. So it creates a full history of all of this information. So it's pretty powerful in that regard. So now let's look at something different. Let's just say I was looking at something else. Maybe I was looking at something article about something called category design, right? So let's just say I'll try something else. It was a webinar I was recently looking at, and I can't for the life of me remember where that webinar was. Did I sign up? What was going on? But I really wanted to get back to that. So let's just go back to that and say recent webinar about category design. Okay. So I'm going to type that in there and let's fix that. Okay, so let's see what it comes back with and if it pulls up this information correctly. So again, it's indexing it's my second brain. It's indexing all the documents I've seen, all the links that I've clicked in Chrome. Okay, so it says there's a webinar scheduled for June 23rd called The 22 Laws of Category Design, How to Frame, Name, and Claim a Category. The webinar is being hosted, blah, blah, blah. So this actually is what I was looking for, and if I click on it, I can actually see the registration directly to the webinar invite here. So this is exactly what I was looking for, and it takes me directly to it. Now, one of the other uses is actually getting it for productivity tasks that you're doing on pretty much a minute-by-minute basis. For example, replying to emails. So let's take a look at this. Let's just say I'm going to go ahead and open up my email here, and let's just go to this one, for example. So maybe a client emailed me, hi Mark, when is the 2023 tax extension deadline for my business? Just want to make sure I don't miss the date. Thanks, Bob. Okay, now by default, Google says the next week. I will find out and let you know today. And of course, you don't want to press those buttons because that's just ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Augment to answer this. So I'm going to click on reply, and I'm going to use my keyboard shortcut to pull up Augment. And now watch this. So it says reply for me or help me respond. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on reply for me and watch this. So it automatically comes up with a response here. Bob, the tax extension deadline for your business is October 15th, 2023. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Okay, so that automatically pops it in there. Just to use another example, let's just try this again. So if I go ahead and click on reply, let's say I can actually ask it to help me respond, right? So I can say, give Bob the full info on extensions. Let's just say on the deadline and other important tax deadlines this year, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and click on generate. And if I like that, it'll automatically enter that into the email. So I'm going to click on enter, and it says, Bob, the tax extension is October 15th, 2023. The same deadline for filing and paying your 2023 business taxes. Some other key tax deadlines this year are September 15th for the estimated tax payment due for Q3. The last day to make your contributions to retirement plans, which is December 31st. January 16th, fourth quarter estimated tax payment due. So it gives a lot of information, and I can edit this, if I want to maybe take this out because this is past, I can go ahead and edit that, and then I can click on send, and it would automatically go ahead and send that email with that information. Now, let's take another example. Let's just say, in this case, a client sent me an email. Hi, Mark, could you send me over my monthly budget dashboard you mentioned from our meeting yesterday? Okay, thanks, Sarah. Okay, let me think. Sarah, who is Sarah? Where's the budget? Can I find it? Now, before you would have to search for your files, figure out exactly where it is. You click on reply and maybe attach it, find that document wherever it is, send that link, but maybe you don't want to really send it via email because it's private. You don't want, from a security perspective, or maybe you have that link somewhere in their secure portal, but then you have to figure out where it is, or give them access to the link in the secure portal, lots of stuff. What if I just want to click one button and just get it done? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, here you go, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up our trusty augment again, and I'm going to, this time I'm going to click on share file or link, and now I'm going to type Sarah, and lo and behold, here's the document. So I have an Excel dashboard for a monthly budget. It looks like, let's see what this is. This is a PDF. Click on it, just expand it. Yep, Sarah's monthly budget. That looks like it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and now I'm going to click to add it. And what happens is, now this is a link that is, so this is pretty cool because it will take this local link here and automatically change it into an external secure link. So when Sarah clicks that link, she'll be actually able to go to a private link only she can access, and she can actually download the document. It's encrypted, so I don't have to worry about sending local files. Now, it's actually supposed to change this into the external link. For some reason, it's not working for me today, but before it goes out, it basically sends it, it converts it to an external link that Sarah can actually access directly to download it. So this is pretty much it in a nutshell. Like I said, some pretty powerful features. I like it a lot. I'm using it. And I think this is a great productivity tool, not just for accountants, but many entrepreneurs in general. Okay, well, if you like this, if you want to see more information on a lot of these concepts, I encourage you to join my daily newsletter, where you can learn how to build a very profitable accounting practice while boosting your productivity using AI. I go through things like this daily, videos, analysis, the latest things that are going on. It's a free newsletter. We're growing fast, and I would love to have you be a part. I'll drop in the link, or you can go to infrontofai.com. Thanks a lot. This is Mark, and I will see you tomorrow.